what it is, what it was, what it is, what it does. It's your boy Lean Trucker, back with another. Check that out. At all places, in the flatbed. You get unloaded some different places, man. Motel. But yeah, today's video is about a few things. How to stay relatively healthy trying to be a truck driver. And also I want to touch on the difference between brokers and dispatchers. And at the end, because I do plan on working out today, got some workout clips, and hopefully I'm able to include some tips as well. But right now, I'm finna get on the road.
Why you sleeping on us? Why you sleeping on us? No cap, we gon' have to make them believe us. Yeah. Wake up.
9:25, and I had to get out of here because I got to go pick up my plate, my portion plate, and I also gotta go do fingerprints for my hazmat. Take y'all with me. I'll talk about that stuff a little later. But right now, I'm gonna talk about how to stay healthier or healthy, however you look at it, on the road. Now, for disclosure, for me, I have zero intention of actually being like over the road, doing like, where you out a week, 2 weeks, whatever. For me, I'm really gonna be only out overnight, but I'm gonna try to speak to a little bit on the other side. This is what I do though. I cook my food, and then I bring it right here. It's my food right here. Got another one in here. I had 3, but I ate one. I cook my food, and then I bring it here, put it in my little fridge. I'm assuming we all got them. The refrigerator. See, ain't nothing in there. I don't keep anything in there because the switch right here. This is how I turn it on. You see that it lit up. Now you guys might already know this, but if you don't, hey, just work with me. If you already know what I mean, if you don't, let's learn together. So this is the switch. I gotta have it turned off to save my batteries, my truck batteries. So therefore, I can't store any food in here if I'm obviously not in the truck. The truck is not running. So that's why I still pack my lunch and I bring it. So essentially, as soon as I get in the truck, turn it on, then after a little while, then I'll store my food in there. But so yeah, that's the easiest way. That's what I do. Y'all will cook my food, and I'll bring it with me. Got my microwave up here, and that's it. I just warm it up and I eat it. That way I control what I'm eating, because I know firsthand, we out there and you're rolling, you're hungry, our body craves whatever it is that you're into. Whether it's sweets, fried foods, pizza, whatever. That's what your body tend to crave, your appetite. And a lot of us give in, including me. A lot of us give in to that. The way I refrain from doing that is bring my lunch. My meals. I have a How to Lose Weight as a Trucker series. That was when I was literally, I'll put the link in the description. That's when I was home every single day. So, but I still would prepare my meals from Monday through Friday. That way I have to worry about cooking when I got home. But even if you're over the road, you can bring it on here and you can cook your food on but yeah, you can cook on it. Cook your food. He was cooking shrimp and rice. So that's the easiest, simplest way. You either prepare it, and when you out here, you go get your food. A lot of these places we can pull up in, Walmart, stuff like that. You buy your food, you buy your groceries, and when you just sitting there waiting for the shipper or receiver, whatever you're doing, whip you up something. When you stop at night or you done for the day, however you decide to run, cook you up something. Most people know what the better food choices for you as compared to the one that's not so good. So instead of giving a list, I'll leave it right there. I will say this part: most lower calorie food is healthy. Keyword, I said most. Lower calorie food is healthy. But yeah, if you have any questions on that, comment, hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, whatever works for you. Yeah, comment down below. If you got anything out of that, like the video. If you're just tuning in, this is part of what my channel is about: trucking and fitness. Subscribe, share. Right here at the Texas DMV. So I'm picking up my plate. So what I want to show you guys is that I've been up here way too many times, by the way, trying to get this stuff straight. I don't have this. You need to get that. You see these two tents? Unless you have an appointment, which is over here, they seem to let you in, but over here is where I gotta go, which is great because no one's there. Usually it's a line kind of wrapped around the corner. But yeah, you don't go inside. They come outside. Even when I came to get everything, see there, guy, he walking with a Manila. You see that guy walking with that folder. That's exactly how the process works. She gonna look at it, make sure everything's right, take it inside, blah blah blah, tell you where to go. Where to go from there, what you have to do. So here now, I've already paid for everything. I'm just coming to pick up the plate. Let's go. Well, those two things went surprisingly well. The plates, I was in and out, or up there. Y'all know I couldn't go in. Maybe 2 minutes. And then I came over here to Fort Worth to get my fingerprints, which is actually a gun range. I wish I brought my gun. I bought my gun maybe 6 months ago, and I still haven't went and shot it. I'm gonna go tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll go to the gun range. That's the plan. And I'm going to finally shoot my gun. I like how it feels. You know, it's not what this about, all right? So anyway, yeah, I went in there, actually had a 12:15 appointment. It's currently 11:20. They didn't make me wait. Just went in, did the fingerprints, and got out. One more thing before I talk about the dispatchers and the brokers. For those of you who haven't had hazmat or interested in getting it, there's two things, two pieces of information I can give you. Number one, use YouTube to study it. If you want to take the test, I failed it. You know, you get 3 shots. I failed it both times. The third time, I looked it up and it was all on YouTube. And so that was the best study guide, especially for me, because I learned better that way. Listening, I'm just listening. I kept going over, waiting, listening. Passed it, I think I missed like 4. That's pretty much it. That's it. Number 2, just FYI, once you pass your hazmat, you gotta come do the fingerprints. So it's not actually complete. You're not gonna get another license sent out or nothing. Like, they send you original. Well, they send you one without the approval of the hazmat. I actually got that one in a couple days ago. Now they're gonna reissue another one, and it costs me $75. I think it's typically somewhere between 70 and 80, depending on where you go. Now let's get on to the other part of the video. And what I'm about to say, just keep in mind, this is not big up in them, turn them down, none of that. Just really explain the differences. So a broker is the person that they're the go-between between you, the independent contractor, owner operator, whatever you're doing, and the customer. So they have went out, but we ain't gonna get into that because that'll be another video. But they went out and they got the customers, and the customers need their freight pool or whatever they have, and that's where you come in at. So obviously they get their cut off of the top of the load, and then you get what was left over or whatever you negotiated. The dispatcher, it depends how connected they are, because if they're very connected, they can as well, just like you can. They can go get a customer and play the same game almost as like a broker. The difference is the dispatcher is in control, in a sense, is in control of your truck. And I say in a sense because you have the final say. It's still your truck. We're talking on operators here, of course. It's still your truck. You have the final say. You don't have to do anything. But what I mean is they still more in control as far as they're looking for loads. They talking to the brokers or the customers. It's almost like you are dispatchers kind of put you in a company guy's mode, but with more power to say no, or to say, hey, I won't be working tomorrow, as opposed to asking, you know, stuff like that. So you still have some power, but they both come with their own fee. The broker, you don't know their fee. You don't know how much the load pay. You just only get what you negotiate. On the dispatcher, I've seen as low as 3%, maybe 2. I think 3 is the lowest I've seen. I've seen as high as 10 to 15%. And you do get to see what the load pays on that, because supposedly they're supposed to send you a rate confirmation that has how much the load pays, and that's pretty much straightforward, simple. They get whatever the cut y'all negotiated at the beginning, and you get what's left over. So both of them are really middlemen. The only difference is with the dispatcher, they can be an extra middleman. So let me explain. The dispatcher is looking on the load board, so they're gonna call a broker, and then when they negotiate the load, whatever, you get it sent over. Well, here's the problem. They just said a load pays $2,000, or originally it paid $2,500, but the broker decided to take $500 of it. Okay, that's what they gave the dispatcher for $2,000. And then let's just go with a round number, because top of my head, 10%. Like I said, it's on the high side, but we're gonna use it for an example. The dispatcher charged you 10%, so now you coming back with $1,800. So the load that originally paid $25, that you would never know, you end up making $1,800. Without that dispatcher, you would have made $2,000 on that load. Now, obviously, the difference is you don't want to have to call the broker, you don't want to have to negotiate the rate, all that good stuff. But the point is, the downside of I don't want to say the downside, because we're not going to talk about that. Just mention the differences. The difference is, with a broker, it's usually just straightforward as far as y'all negotiate the load and you move on. With the dispatcher, if they don't have a direct customer and they use the load board, then you're getting a cut of a cut, and then you getting what's left over. If they are connected and they're not using the load board, they're only using the direct shippers and all that, hey, that's what it is. Let's go to the gym. What I'm doing here is called a dead hang. This is good for decompressing your spine, which is of course good for truckers like myself who sit and ride for a long time, so that's very beneficial. The other reason I'm doing this is to relax my shoulders, stretch them out, because this is an upper body day for me. This is a lower ab exercise. I tend to do my abs, or at least try to do them before I start working out, because for me, for whatever reason, it's like as soon as my workout over, I'm ready to go. I don't feel like doing abs, and I don't know what it is, but this was work best for me. So I try to do a set, sometimes two. Today I think I only did two, this one. That's all I did was this exercise, and I did it 3 times. I really enjoy doing this stretch, especially when I work my chest and shoulders. As you see where my hand is, it stretches my chest out, and that front part of the shoulder, it stretches that out as well. So that's I found a real good benefit doing this particular stretch. And as you'll see here in the next clip, look at him. Hey man, I'm vibing. I know you see me over there. I'm just vibing with my music, trying to get in my zone. But yeah, I do it on both sides, of course. That was funny. I let my ego get to me here. This is 170 pounds. This is the overhead press. The last time I did it, when I lifted as heavy as I could, it was 170 pounds for 4 reps. So I tried to see if I could still match it. I was only able to get 3. Looking at the video, it looks like it was possible that I could have got a 4th one, but it didn't feel like it. So I dropped the weight here, as you can see. This is 135 pounds. And the rest of this workout, I'm trying to focus on constant tension, which means that I'm trying to make sure my muscles are doing all the working and not just trying to hurry up and go through each exercise. This here is the flat bench dumbbell press. And there's a major benefit to doing what I'm doing. Like that's 70 pounds. The last time I did this exercise, I did 100 pounds for like 10 reps. So I could lift more, but what I'm trying to do is pause at the bottom and then go back up to the top, pause at the bottom. The benefit of this is that it focuses making sure you're not using any momentum, and it just make sure your muscles are doing the working. And so to me, I kind of switch it up. I'm doing the same thing here on the lateral raises. Like that's 10, 15 pounds. Oh, it's 15, I can see it. And I'm not going all the way down, again, to keep the pressure on my shoulders, to make sure I'm getting the best benefit. Because sometimes when you go heavier, you more focused on pushing or moving the weight, as opposed to focusing and let your muscles do the work. So the downside to this is that to me anyway, it makes my workouts longer. But today, I had time. You know, I had got off work early, got the business stuff done. So I just took my time with this. But yeah, that's the downside to it. But yeah, it really works. It helps. And I just switch it up. The next time I go, I'm probably going to lift heavier and just do, you know, like a regular um, workout, so to speak. So it also, of course, takes you removing your ego too, which I was able to do. You know, at first, the first set overhead press, obviously, you know, the ego was involved. Well, yeah, it was ego, but yeah, for the most part, it was me just testing myself. But still, I throw it on ego. It's okay. But yeah, as you see here, pausing at the bottom, pushing up to the top, the pause. It's I tell you guys, it's easier said than done. You know, it looks not that the exercise is any difficult, but just the patience it takes to, you know, feeling like you kind of going in slow motion. Like looking at the video, it doesn't look how it feels. Like it feels like when I'm doing it, it's like 3 seconds, you know, waiting. And I'm telling you, you know, mentally it just feels like it's taking all day. Whether it is or not, that's how it feels to me anyway. This exercise here is called face pulls. As you can see, the rope is coming right to my face. And the biggest benefit to this is working your real delts. It's a very small muscle back there to the top of your upper back, but it's really a crucial muscles to work. They help you in a lot of other areas there, and helps you prevent injuries too for the bigger muscles that you work when you're doing certain exercises. This right here is called the reverse tricep pull downs. The part that you probably can't tell what I'm actually focusing on here besides slow and control is I'm squeezing the muscle right there at the bottom as I'm doing that. Same thing right here. This is called cable crossover. For the most part, I usually do them simultaneously with both arms, but I'm focusing on squeezing the chest as I come across. Yeah, but here as you can see, I just chose to do today the single arm, start on the right side, and then, you know, do the same exercise on the left side. But yeah, the biggest point here I want you guys to notice or try to focus on is when you working the muscle, make sure you're contracting the muscle. Make sure your muscles are feeling it where you're intending to be, you know, working on it. Here is the in the final exercise is the overhead tricep extension. Same thing, same principles apply. And this is gonna be the end of the video. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Keep it in mind. Stay on the grind, one day at a time. Salute.